Yeah, my name is Jason Russell, Russell, and I'm a co-founder of Invisible Children.
I'm Laren, Poole, Larenpoole, co-founder also with this young.
Well, Invisible Children really started with a documentary about children who are caught in the longest running war in Africa. They're abducted from their homes and forced to fight as child soldiers. And two young girls were watching Oprah, and they saw the story, and they said, we want to do something. Our dad makes clothes. We could maybe get a t-shirt line and put it into the store and raise money for this charity. And that's why we're here tonight, as a result of these two girls hearing a story and taking action.
I am wearing the Made by Guess Invisible Children t-shirt. Guess was kind enough to make a tank top that 100% of the proceeds go to Invisible Children. Guess even took on the cost of making the t-shirt, which, as you know, most companies don't do when they do a charity t-shirt, and they actually harvested the cotton from Uganda, so they incurred a little bit more cost, but it's all a donation, and hopefully Invisible Children will really get the word out. Invisible Children was created by three guys from San Diego who went to Uganda, or the Congo area in Central Africa more specifically, to look for a documentary, and they found these children who night commute because of this 20-long-year war in Africa. Basically, there's a constant threat of being stolen from your home at night and forced to fight as a child soldier, and there's not two sides to it. It's one terrorist named Joseph Kony who lives in the bush and abducts these kids, and there's just no reason for it, and I think we as youthful Americans need to really pound on the doors of Washington and say, we have to do something about this because innocent people are really being victimized for no reason.
Shirt that Guess designed for Invisible Children, the women's one, and you can buy it in any Guess store and all the proceeds go to Invisible Children. You know what? I think it's such a huge thing that's going on, and it doesn't have enough attention. It's been going on for 20-some years, and I think it's an amazing organization to bring the attention to it, and all the children and everything. It's just an awful thing. So any way to help and make people aware and maybe get Barack Obama's attention, and 20-some years, and what these people go through is so unbelievably horrifying. Actually, my friend Kristen Bell, she introduced the organization to me a few years ago, and I haven't been as involved as I'd like to be. I want to go to Washington, I want to do the marches, I want to go to Uganda and be more involved, so that's what I'm focusing on now.
The launch of these organic t-shirts to help, just seeing the education being held in Uganda for these young children is so important to me, and just to be able to be here with everybody and just see how everybody comes together for something like this is just amazing. So,
how did you hear about this charity?
I actually heard through a friend. Matt Morrison is friends with Kristen Bell, so he kind of told us about the event, and we met her, and she was like, "Thank you so much for coming. It's so wonderful to see everybody just using their using for a good cause. It's just wonderful." Yes. They're amazing. I can't wait to go. I want to buy both, actually, and wear both. So they're awesome. Yeah, the girls and the guys.
Invisible Children is important to me because I met the guys that made the documentary about 5 years ago, and was so paralyzed when I saw it. If you haven't seen it, I would really recommend watching it because it's very moving and it's very inspiring. And I think that a lot of people can benefit from helping someone else, and these guys really show you how to do it.
Well, Kristen Bell was doing Veronica Mars, and his brother-in-law was shooting it also, and passed the documentary along to Kristen, and she watched it, and she immediately had a huge heart for helping out. She jumped on the cause immediately, has gone to D.C., is planning to go to Africa this year with us, has lobbied, politicians, has asked her supporters to get involved, and it's really just been people seeing it and, responding in a massive way, the same way the Marciano girls are doing tonight.
Yeah. People just watched the documentary, like Pete Wentz saw it, in his trailer or something. He watched it, it moved him to action. He says, at the end of, 50-minute watching it, what can I do? What is it that I can do to make a difference?
It's a good cause, but something's just good benefiting Uganda, and just the fact that the shirts are made out of Uganda, creating all these opportunities. It's just, why not, It's a great opportunity.
How did you learn about this charity?
A few different ways. One, I know Matt Morrison and Kristen Bell, and then some of my friends in college have gotten involved, and so they told me about it. So I've definitely been aware of it for a while.
You know, when we saw it, it was 5 years ago, the fact that children are being abducted and turned into weapons, and no one was doing anything about it. BBC, CNN, Fox News, no one was there. No one was telling the story. It really, we kept saying, looking around the corner, who's talking about this issue? Who's doing anything about it? And it was no one.
Well, first and foremost, I just support the cause. I mean, I think this foundation is a beautiful thing. I'm very close with Laren and Jason and Bobby, and I love what they've done with this organization. And frankly, I come from a big family, and the idea of losing anyone close to me and having them experience even a fraction of the atrocities, it's incomparable. I would never want that, and so if I can do anything to prevent it, I will. So that's why I'm here.
I have been involved with Invisible Children from almost the beginning, I guess about a year and a half after it got started. I was working on Veronica Mars in San Diego and met a lot of people involved with the organization, and basically have tried to do whatever I can, talk about it, wear the bracelets. They have a wonderful bracelet campaign where you buy a bracelet and you get a 10-minute documentary about the child that the bracelet is named after. So it's sort of connecting the dots and personalizing it a little bit. I've campaigned in Washington a few times and met with congressmen and senators that are pushing for a bill to get America involved to help keep these kids safe.
You know what, just to spread the word and make people aware of it, there are things that they can do to help, to contribute to the organization. They have all these great programs going on for the people there, just to help out in any way they can.
Do you know when the shirts are going to be available or how that?
You know what? I don't know when they're available. I assume it's pretty soon, but they're just going to be in all guest stores.
You are immediately passionate about something. It's not so much about how, it's just that when. It's because if you love something, you're passionate about it, then you're going to get them involved because your passion is going to show through. And something like this, it's hard not to be so passionate. Everybody here, the energy is amazing. Oh, the t-shirts are awesome. No, we were just about to buy some. So yeah, we're going to go buy some right now. Absolutely. I'm definitely going to get one for myself, and I'll probably get some for a few friends. The rest of the cast.
I would say that it's so easy to get involved in this organization, and that's the beauty of it. And the other great thing about Invisible Children is they have a great way of making a difference in a really creative and effective manner. And it's so easy to be a part of, and it's fun, and there's no reason not to do it, in my opinion. I mean, they're awesome. I haven't gotten mine yet. I better get one. I made a donation. I want my shirt. I'm walking around looking at all these billboards of sexy people, and every woman here is 15 feet taller than me, and they've all got this shirt on. I don't have a shirt yet, but I'm going to get one.
We did it because there's this guy. His name's Joseph Kony. He's a real bad guy. He's actually the worst guy in the world right now, according to the International Criminal Court, and we're trying to stop him from committing mass atrocities against children. We're not talking about one child abducted. We're not talking about 10,000 children. We're talking about 30, 40, 50,000 children. He's been doing it for 24 years. We think it's time for it to stop. And that's what Invisible Children is founded on. Is this war, seeing it come to an end.
It's hard to get people to care because I can understand how people, when they see a cause, they get nervous, they don't know how to react, or they feel guilty and then shut down. I think the great thing about Invisible Children is they're all young people, and the videos they make aren't, look at this sad-looking child, can't you give us money? The videos are showing the happy kids and saying, isn't this how it should be? And these kids don't feel safe. Here's what we can do to help. And they really ask more for your time and your ideas than they do your money, which is the great thing about having this t-shirt made and having the profits go to Invisible Children, because then we're not asking the public for money. You're asking, sorry, what a long soundbite, Jesus. You can edit that, right?